Hi everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For today, I am back with another book review on Janet C. Brennan's A Fine Line, The Ancients, Part 1. Now, before I get into the review, I would like to mention that last week I reviewed Janet's the third part of her series, and in the review I said it was the second volume of the series. Because I read the series out of order, I got a little confused, and I said that last week was the second volume. Well, no, that was actually the volume number 3 that I reviewed last week. So with that being said, this is volume number 2. So, and actually the first volume is called A Fine Line, The Ancients, the Beginning, actually. So I know it's a little messy, the titles and which volume they actually are, but if you visit her Amazon page as well as her Goodreads page and her own website as well, all you really need to do is just type in her pen name, and then her website should come up. So in order to make things 100% easy, I highly recommend that you read each book, or that you read the beginning first, and then part 1, which is this, and then part 2, which is the book I reviewed last week. But if you want to make things only 90, I'd say like about 96% easy, you can read it how I read it. Because the thing is that I personally believe that each book stands wonderful on their own. And in case you haven't seen the review of the third installment of the Fine Line series that I reviewed last week, you can always see that review as well, just so that you can get familiar with the material. But in the second volume, which is this one, it follows the Healthaway family, or the Healthaway crew, which is led by their leader William, and they are being pursued by an evil group of supernaturals, which is called the Damned. And William and his crew, I mean, they are always sort of called a family or a crew, but they actually do have supernatural. They are supernatural, but they are very humanistic, and that's because William really does go through a lot in order to protect his family or crew from the damned, as well as from any other supernatural beings who are evil, and as well as the surrounding townspeople. And you can understand why, because they know that they are supernatural, and once a regular human being finds out that they are supernatural, well, the automatic instinct reaction is to attack them. That is, if you are brave enough to. If that was me personally, I would run. But I would like to mention that I really like and admire the character of William Healthaway, because he really does go through a lot of emotional turmoil, because he does so much, like, of trying to protect his family, whether it's like physical or emotional, because he has lost his own kids through a war, and so he's always sort of like a guilt. He always has that guilt conscience over him. But I also feel like as he goes through all this emotional turmoil, it seems like I mean, he never says it or thinks it in exact words, but it always seems like whenever he goes through that he wants to switch to the evil side only so that he can have some pressure off of him. But of course, you know, as readers, we are all glad that he remains a good person just so that he keeps his moral values. And I really believe that that is the moral to the whole series of the Fine Line series, which is simply this: never give up your beliefs only to ease the pressure of protecting them. And I also like how that really seems more humanistic than a lot of the human literary characters that I have read over the years. And they're probably more humanistic in they're more humanistic than the human characters in the Fine Line series. So you can get this book anywhere, as well as all the other books in the series, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the iBookstore.